Today we're going to demonstrate how to secure stacked trailers. When you're securing the trailers, DOT says that you must have your wheels chocked. Also, we're going to have X chains on the front and X chains on the back on both layers to keep your trailers from moving or shifting from side to side. It'll help the stability while you're moving down the road. When I get started, what I do is I lay all my boards out for my chocks. I lay all my chains out. I get my binders ready, so when I get ready to climb up there, my chains is already on the second level. My chocks is already on each layer, so I can go ahead and get my chocks under the tires, and then I climb up. What I make sure is I disconnect my lines, so when I start climbing up here, that I won't trip on anything. So this is an easier way to just climb up there, and everything is pretty much going to be on your second level. The safest way to climb up here, you still want to maintain 3 points of contact. So when you climb up, and that's one of the main reasons why I disconnect the line, so I don't have anything tripping. So I want to come here, put my foot here, come up, feel my way. Once I get up here, I want to make sure I watch my head. That's why I got my hard hat on. So while I'm up here, I know I got to put my chains up. I know I got to hook my chains up. So what I do is this. When I hook my chains up to these pockets, I'm going to stagger them. So if I hook it up on this front pocket, on the first chain, I'm gonna hook it up on the second pocket down from it on the second chain. So when they cross each other, they won't touch. They'll be like this. So you won't have to put a friction mat in between them. You got enough stuff to do while you already up here. So my chains are already up here. So I know I'm gonna go with my first pocket. When I'm gonna hook my chain up, so what I did was, I went on and ran my chain. You can actually see that the chain is upside down on your pocket. So what I want to do is, I want to keep this from coming out. So I'm gonna just get a bungee. I bring a bungee up here with me. Bring a bungee, and just find somewhere to hook it, so you won't lose this right here. So now I'm gonna slide over, and I'm gonna make my chain pull towards the back, and I'm gonna drop it in the pocket. So as you can see, what I did was, I've got my chain going to the other side to create my X. Also, it's gonna have a rearward pull. So I'm gonna just take my chain, drop it inside this pocket, all the way to the bottom deck. I still don't wanna lose my teardrop, so I just move my bungee. Now I'm on the other side. So what I want to create something where these chains do not meet. Okay, so that's less stuff you have to take off when you get ready to get unloaded. And I'm running these chains all the way to the bottom trailer, so all my binders will be on the bottom. So what I did was, on the other side, I started with this pocket. So on the opposite side, the side that we're on now, I'm gonna start one pocket down, so when these chains get pulled, they will never touch each other. That's why you want to use your bungee to keep it in place until you can get your chains down in your pocket. So now I'm gonna go on the other side and drop it down in the opposite pocket. So I got my chains on this side, on the front, done already, and then I'll go down and put my binders on. So you must be careful when you get ready to get off. Okay, so you feel your way, put your hand in the pocket, at the end of the trailer, turn around, and you still got more than 3 points of contact, I got 4. Okay, so I just watch myself, step down, move my hand, step down on the catwalk. And I got Mike. He gonna show us how to hook our straps up on our first chalkboard on the front. Now just take the strap like this, Mike. And what you want to do is you want to just roll it to the other side. All right? But before you go to the other side, you want to kind of pull it like this. Now, it's important that you put it on a spot where it doesn't cut the strap. So I have it on the spool right here, so it will be a smooth edge instead of the pocket. So I just want to keep it right there, okay? So I'm on the other side where I hooked up my strap. This bottom trailer, all the winches, which is these here, okay, they all are on one side on this trailer. So I have to remember that I got to hook all my straps up on this side. Also, I have to remember to leave some winches towards the front because I'm going to need them up top here as well. So all I'm doing is just getting everything right here in the front taken care of before I move to the back. So that's why I'm getting my straps ready. What I did was I got some felt pads. You can use cardboard. You can use a plastic edge protector to put on this corner to protect that strap, because that strap is going to come back here some. Okay? So I'm going to just put a felt pad here. Stuff it inside the rub rail. And as you can see, that pull is coming back to keep that board from coming out. I got my strap done. I want to go ahead and start hooking up my binders. What I want to do is I want to complete everything on this front half first. Then I'll move back to the other end and start doing everything in the rear. She's going to run the teardrop, and we're going to tighten up this chain over here. Come about 4 lengths up. So what you do is you want to bring this up here like that. Then you want to go about 4 lengths up, not on the weather. There you go. Alright. Lay that down. Alright, that's cool. Alright. So she just got a teardrop ran now. Probably could come up here like this. Okay. When I get done, I'll take my binders, my slack from my chain, and wrap it around my binder, okay? Just to keep it from hanging. All right, so we're going to demonstrate the same thing on the other side. You want to put it high, where you at. There you go. Then you're going to pull this up. So right now we're going to work on our second layer. We still going to offset our chains. So we're going to start with this first pocket, and we're going to run that chain towards the back, okay? So you want to have that chain pulling towards the back. So when we're done, all our chains will have inward pull. Miss Emma going to demonstrate how to do that. So now Miss Emma gonna run her chain on the opposite side. And again, we don't want these chains to touch, because DOT say if you got any kind of wear on your links, this chain is no more good. You can get an unsecured load ticket if one of those links is bent, cracked, damaged, anything. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So that's why we offset them when we set our pockets. On the other side, we started on the front pocket. On this side, we're going to start on this second pocket. Go ahead, Miss Emma. So on the front half, we got all our chains and we have our straps for our chocks already set. So all we gotta do is tighten it down, and this front half will be complete as far as with your chains and the way you pull them. We still have to add straps on your belly straps and straps over the top. But right now we got pretty much the hard part done on this front half with your chains and putting your straps on your chock. So now we at the rear. And what I mean by the rear is we at the rear of the bottom of our trailer. Okay, this bottom trailer is the rear part. So we want to have our chains pulling inward. That's why we have the ones on the front pulling towards the back. These that I hook up in the back are going to pull towards the front. And also, listen, when you get out there to get these trailers, there probably won't be no harness or nothing. So you must make sure you take your time in climbing up here. I do advise some of the shorter people that's doing any kind of flatbed to invest in a ladder. I had one and I'm 6'2½". So I just tell you, you need to get your ladder so it'll make it a little easier for you. So I had to come down to hook my strap up to this bottom trailer. So you gotta do a little climbing every now and then. Okay? Now we got all our chains, we got our straps for our chocks set. Our chains on the rear are pulling towards the front. Our chains in the front is pulling towards the rear. Also, on the rear axles, our straps for our chocks are pulling inward. You want to have that pulling inward so you can have your chocks for not coming underneath your wheels, okay? Then also, DOT says anytime you're dealing with anything with length, okay, you must have a securement every 10 feet. I always teach my students to go every 8 feet. Because if you go right at 10 feet and they come out there and pull that tape on you and you 10 1/4, then they're gonna say you can get an unsecured load ticket. Okay, so go every 8 to 9 feet, okay? And we're gonna demonstrate that, and then we're gonna tie all this down. Motion. Right on. Pump it up. So DOT say we must have 2 pieces of securement within the first 4 feet. Okay, so I need to come down. Each pocket represents 2 feet. Okay, so from one pocket to this pocket is 2 feet. So I know I got a strap here, so I want to bring it within 4 right here. So now we got all our stuff, all our securement complete. Only thing we have to do is tie our straps down. But I'm going to describe what we've done. We got X chains on the top, pulling towards the back. We got X chains on the second layer, pulling towards the back. Also, we have straps on our chocks on the bottom level. And on the top level, we have straps within the first 4 feet up top and the last 4 feet on the rear. Also, we have our straps every 8 feet. This is what DOT require us to do. And also, having these chocks on these wheels is a DOT requirement. You must do this to stop your trailers from shifting, okay? And that's all you have to do. Now, we're going to tie all our straps down. We're going to tighten up all our loose, our slack and our chains. We're going to put bungees on them. And you can see this load will be totally secured. You can see where you got the chocks on the axle. Right here. This to stop this whole axle from shifting. So we got the straps pulling inward as well. And you can see all the straps is at every 8 feet. Now, one of my students asked me, well, Mr. Joe, why we got our straps on the outside up top, okay? I said, listen, they can be on the outside of the rail up top, on the second level and the third level. But when you get down here, you wanna make sure your straps are inside the rub rail. So nothing can brush past this and cut your straps. That's what the rug rail was designed for, to protect your straps.